Chapter 21. Attempt at Deconditioning. Occasionally in the morning, I would feel a desire to break free of my drunken stupor, and then I would head for the bathroom to shave off my several days' growth of stubble. Remembering Anastasia, I tried not to think of bad things, but of the good that she had managed to accomplish. I tried to convince myself that she was doing something good, but life kept on tossing more and more destructive arguments my way. And so on one particular morning, as I was routinely trying to come out of my stupor, a good friend of mine rang the doorbell of the flat that I was renting. It was still early, and I hadn't finished shaving yet. I still had shaving cream on my face as I opened the door. Vladislav was in some kind of emotional state. After saying hello, he announced, "We gotta talk. Go finish your shaving while I start." I did so, and he began telling me that he had finally read the book. He was excited about it and could agree with Anastasia on a lot of things. He thought her logic was ironclad, but there was something else that he was more concerned about. "So, because of this meeting with her, you broke up with your family and you lost your business. You don't feel like carrying on with that business anymore, huh?" "That's right." "And you tried to organize a commonwealth of entrepreneurs with pure thoughts, like she suggested, or are you writing your next book?" "I'm not writing at the moment. There's something I'm trying to work out." "That's just it. You've got to work it out. Tell me, just what have you accomplished after 5 years' acquaintance with this recluse? What do you have to show for yourself?" "What do you mean, what? I'll give you an example. Here in the Caucasus, you can already see the first glimpses of change in people's attitudes toward the dolmens. You can imagine how many scientific papers had been written about them earlier, but they never made anyone excited about them. People just plundered them and carted things away. But what Anastasia said had an immediate effect. In just the Druzhba sanatorium alone, they had no sooner read my book than the employees got together and went to the nearby dolmen and lay flowers. And in other places, too, people are changing their attitude toward their forebears. They're thinking about, stop. I completely agree with you." Footnote, Druzhba sanatorium. The name Druzhba means friendship. This incident is described in Book 2, Chapter 33. "Stop, I completely agree with you. Her words are having an effect. And the fact that you mentioned just now not only confirms this, but something else too. She's turned you into a zombie. You're not really yourself anymore." "What makes you think that?" "It's simple. You're an entrepreneur who even back in the days of perestroika was able to manage to build up major commercial enterprises from scratch, even without any starting capital. You were the president of the Association of Siberian Entrepreneurs, and all of a sudden, you stopped doing business. And now you're doing your own washing and cooking. You're a completely different person." I've heard these arguments before, Vladislav, but what Anastasia said got me excited. She has a beautiful dream. Carry people across the dark forces window of time. She believes in it. She asked me to write a book. I promised I would. She's alone, after all, waiting and dreaming. She probably somehow associates the book with that dream of hers. You yourself said that what Anastasia says in the book can have a tremendous influence on people. That's just it, Vladimir. Another illustration confirming her interference in things. Judge for yourself. An unknown author, an entrepreneur, all at once writes a book. And about what? About the history of mankind, the cosmos, the mind of the universe, the raising of children. She's beginning to have an effect on people in their day-to-day life, their real life. She's influencing their behavior. But it's a positive influence. Possibly, but that's not the point. Have you ever thought what made you suddenly able to write a book? Anastasia taught me. And just how did she do that? She took a stick and outlined the letters of the alphabet on the ground, described in Book 1, Chapter 15. There are 33 letters in the modern Russian version of the Cyrillic alphabet. And she said, "Here are the letters which you know. All your books, both good and bad, are made up of these letters. It all depends on how and in what sequence these 33 letters are arranged. There are 2 ways of arranging them." So that's it. All you have to do is arrange those 33 letters in a specific sequence. You just arrange them, and then a whole group of people will head to the mountains to lay flowers down at the dolmens? That's preposterous. Too much of a stretch for an ordinary mind. It has to be the presence of some kind of power that we can't yet fathom. Whether she's zombified you, or reprogrammed you, or hypnotized you, I don't know. But she's done something. Whenever I call her a witch, or used words like mysticism, or fiction, or incredible, Anastasia herself would get very upset and start claiming that she's just an ordinary human being, an ordinary woman, and it was just that she had a lot of information in her. But that's only a lot by our standards. She says that back in the days of our pristine origins, anybody might have abilities like that. But later, and after all, she bore me a son. And where is your son now? In the taiga, with Anastasia. She says that it would be more difficult to raise a child in the conditions of our technocratic world and make him into a real man, because the little one can't comprehend artificial objects. They only lead him away from the truth. We can't show him them to him until he's already assimilated this truth. And why aren't you in the taiga? Why aren't you with her, helping her to raise your son? A normal man can't live in those conditions. She's not even willing to light a fire. She's got her own way of eating. Besides, she says I shouldn't communicate with my child for the time being. So, she's not able to take it here in our normal living conditions. You can't live it there, or you can't live there. What's next? Ever thought about it? Here you are, alone, without a family. What if you fall ill? I'm not ill at the moment. I haven't had anything for well over a year now. She cured me. Does that mean you're never going to fall ill again? I'll probably get ill at some point. Anastasia said that all one's aches and pains will try to come back again, since there's a lot of dark and harmful stuff in man, and of course in me, just like everyone else. See, I still smoke, and I just started drinking again. That's not the main thing. She says people don't have too many bright aspirations and thoughts, and there's the principal defense against one's aches and pains. So in other words, it's unlikely you're going to have the same kind of future us normal people have. Anyway, I've come to you with a business proposal. I'll de-zombify you, de-hypnotize you, and then once you're back to a normal state, you'll be able to help me again. And you can help me get my firm back on track. After all, you've had experience, and you were a very talented entrepreneur. You've got connections. I shan't be able to help you, Vladislav. I'm not thinking about business at the moment. My thoughts are occupied elsewhere. It's quite clear that you're not thinking at the moment. You've got to pull out of this first. Get back into a normal state of mind. Just believe me, I'm asking you as a friend. You'll thank me for it by and by. After all, once you get back to a normal state, you'll be able to evaluate what's happened for yourself. How can you define what is the most normal? It's very simple. You live a normal, natural human life, at least for a few days. You have some fun with girls. You take a look back at the past few years of your life. If you like what you see, you can go on working and living as you are now. But if, from a normal state of mind, you see that you were hypnotized, you can get back into business again. It'll be good for you, and then you can help me. I cannot go out with prostitutes. Who says anything about prostitutes? We'll take up with those who want it themselves. We'll have a party and enjoy some music and other people's company. We'll have it at a restaurant or out in nature. I'll get everything organized. All you have to do is go along. I need to work out things within myself first. I need to think. come on, enough with the thinking. Look at my proposal as an experiment. I'm asking you as a friend. Just give me a week, and then you can think. Okay, let's go for it. The following day, we went by car to a neighboring town where some nice girls, as Vladislav put it, lived. Girls he said he'd known for a long time.